Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'm in one of the most famous places in Hong Kong, the Monster Building, or officially the Yik Chong Building. I've seen this place so many times online and in movies like Transformers and Ghost in the Shell, but honestly, being here in person feels totally different. When you walk in, it's kind of overwhelming at first. These walls just rise straight up on all sides. It feels like you're standing in the middle of a huge concrete canyon. Every balcony, every window has something happening. Plants, clothes lines, air conditioners, these little signs of life everywhere. And of course, a lot of people compare this place to the old Kowloon walled city, which used to be one of the densest neighborhoods in the world before it was demolished in the 90s. And yeah, I can kinda see why it was demolished. There is that same feeling of space being used to the absolute limit, but still somehow this place feels organized, like everyone's found their own rhythm here. And if you come here, definitely remember that people actually live in these apartments, so it's better to keep your voice down. Don't fly any drones, just take few photos from the courtyard and gently go away. Look up from the middle. The geometry of the buildings is insane. It's one of those spots that really captures Hong Kong's mix of density and beauty. And I think what I like the most about this place is that it's so real. Yeah, there are many tourists, but it is not made for tourists. It's just how people live. And that's what makes it fascinating. But alright, let's keep going. Okay, we've just arrived in Wan Chai, and honestly it feels like a completely different world compared to the Monster Building. There is still that sense of density, but here it's mixed with neon lights, busy streets, and that classic Hong Kong energy everyone talks about. Wan Chai is one of the city's oldest districts, but it's also super modern at the same time. You've got traditional markets and tiny little shops right next to glass towers and office buildings. It's that contrast that really defines Hong Kong. The old and the new living side by side, almost layered on top of each other. As I'm walking, I keep noticing how compact everything is. Shops squeezed into every possible corner, people rushing by, deliveries happening, smells of food coming from every direction. It's busy, but somehow it works perfectly. I think this is what I love about Hong Kong. It's one of the most densely populated places in the world, but it doesn't feel unfriendly or overwhelming. It is just alive. There's a rhythm here, a mix of Cantonese chatter, tram bells, and the sound of people constantly moving somewhere. Historically, Wan Chai used to be one of the first areas developed when the British arrived. So it's full of old colonial buildings, street markets, and local culture. But now it's also home to creative spaces, cafes, and startups. A perfect example of how the city keeps evolving while staying true to itself. When you walk here, you really get the sense of what Hong Kong is about. Not just the skyline, but the people, the daily routines, the layers of history that are still visible on the streets. It's one of those places where we can grab milk tea, turn down a random side alley, and suddenly find something completely unexpected. A temple, a mural, a quiet corner that feels miles away from the chaos. After all these narrow streets and busy sounds, I wanted to slow down a bit, and this place is perfect for that. Welcome to Hong Kong Park. What's crazy is that this park is right in the middle of the city. So if you look around, you can still see skyscrapers everywhere. But once you step inside, it feels like the noise just disappears. It's honestly one of those spots that make you forget that you're in one of the densest cities in the world. You've got ponds with koi fish, little waterfalls, bamboo groves, tropical plants, and then just behind the trees you see the reflections of glass towers. That contrast is what makes Hong Kong so unique to me. It's a place that never really stops, but still finds space for calm moments like this. You can literally hear birds instead of traffic for once, and if you walk around a bit, there's even a huge aviary with exotic birds inside, and it feels more like a mini jungle than a city park. I think places like this say a lot about Hong Kong culture too. People here work fast, move fast, but they really value balance. That small pocket of peace in the middle of the rush. You can see locals coming here just to sit, read or practice Tai Chi in the morning. And for me, after walking through those cinematic, chaotic streets, it feels like taking a deep breath. A reminder that the city isn't just about movement and noise, but also about finding harmony between the old, the new, the natural and the man-made. But okay, it's time to move on. And now, guys, we've made it to the central harbor. And this view never gets old. After walking through these tight streets and hidden corners, standing here feels like seeing the whole city breathing. This is possibly the most iconic spot in Hong Kong. On one side you've got the skyline of Central with all the glass towers, and on the other, across the water, the hills of Kowloon. It's the classic postcard view, but when you're actually here, it feels so much more alive. You can see the ferries crossing back and forth, people jogging, kids playing, office workers just sitting by the water with their lunch. It's one of those places where everyone kind of slows down, even in a city that never really stops. And what I love about Hong Kong is how small it looks on a map, but how much variety it packs into such a tiny space. In just one day you can go from old districts full of history and neon lights to peaceful green parks and then end up here, facing the harbor with the whole skyline right in front of you. This area has always been a city's front door, for trade, for travelers, for ideas, and I think that's still true today. You can feel how international it is. Cantonese, English, Mandarin, all mixing together in the air. It's like the city's heartbeat is right here by the water. But alright, that's it for today's walk. There are a lot more interesting, amazing places in Hong Kong, but I just didn't have time to go there, unfortunately. Thanks for joining me on this little journey through the city, from the old alleys to the modern harbor. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everybody.